Hey guys, welcome back to Beach and Fishing. Paul here with you again today. And Beach and Fishing is my site and channel aimed at everything to do with the world of fishing, camping, beach and so on. And today I'm going to talk to you about the Shimano Baitrunner reel with my Shimano Baitrunner review. This is one I've used these a lot throughout my life. This is my original one and this is the new one that I bought. You can see that one, the size has changed quite dramatically in the time since I bought it. The 6500, this is a 6000, and yeah, you can see the sizes have changed quite dramatically. That one's about 12 years old, this one's only about 6 months old. But anyway, so when we talk about Baitrunner reels, the thing with the Baitrunner reels is they have they're a spinning reel, so everything else as with a spinning reel is exactly the same. So they have the bail, the drag on the front. Everything's nice and set up. You've got your front winding spool there. You've got your interchangeable handle and everything else to do with the Baitrunner reel that we talk about in the spinner reel, that we talk about in all our other posts. The difference with the Baitrunner, however, is that they have this clip at the back, and what that does is that allows it to free spool. So if I take it off the holder there and I pull that out, with that on, you can see that pulls out quite easily. As soon as that comes down, I now no longer pull it, and I'm now relying on the traditional drag at the front there. So Baitrunners, as I say, pulls out. Once that turns off, it's then at the whim of the, and I'm going to get this all tangled, at the whim of the drag. So why have one of these? I buy this because if it's out, I use this out on the boat for deep sea fishing, and I use it in the surf if we're chasing big species such as mulloway. We call them nicknamed jewfish, or if we're chasing the tuna or stuff like that as they come through. Now the reason that I like these ones is because what the Baitrunner does is, if I flick that on, if I throw it out into the ocean, we just tend to use them well with floatless baits, weightless baits that help weightless baits. If you cast them out, the bait just floats and starts sinking a little bit down. As the fish takes the bait, it will take the line, and the line will free spool until you get to it. And as soon as you turn that, so if I turn that on again, as soon as I turn the handle, that clips off and I can start wheeling that in, if I can do that here without tangling the whole thing, because I've got loose line because I did that demonstration. Anyway, so that's how the Baitrunner works. Now let's have a look at this one in particular. This is the 6000D. They come in B and D, and I think from memory there's one above there. The D is the first of the, what I like to call the high-end type reels. So it's got much better machinery components inside. It's got the Hagain steel, which is the thing that Shimano uses in their machinery, and the type of steel. The drag on the front is extremely sensitive. I love the drag on these ones. It's well put together. There's no gaps anywhere, which is sort of where the high-end reels start to come into play. And it's extremely easy to turn. It won't turn well now because I've got that line there, but it does turn quite well. Everything's nice and smooth, and it runs from there. The advantage of getting the higher end Baitrunners, because there are Baitrunners in other brands as well, Daiwa have one, Penn have one, etc., is that the higher end ones also, you can adjust the speed at which that comes out the back. So if I turn that right off, put that on, it doesn't come out as easily as if I loosen it right up. See, that comes out pretty quick. So it depends on the fish you're chasing, because if you've got a big fish in there and it takes that line hard, the Baitrunner allows it to run without putting any pressure on it until you can get to it. So if you've got 4 or 5 lines out, the Baitrunners will protect your catch. And it's also good for fish that tend to bite first and like take it all in their mouth and then run, because it gives the opportunity for the hook to come back and get caught. If you didn't have that on, quite often if they bite on it and then bite on it and feel the tension of the line, then release, they can they'll smoke you, as we call it, but you'll lose the fish. But if you've got the Baitrunner going, even if they take it all in their mouth, when they run with it, it gives you opportunity for the hook to come in to the mouth from there. So that's why I like the Baitrunners. And as I say, this one has the adjustable tension there. Very nice drag on it. All the bits and pieces you want. Comfy handle, interchangeable handle. It's got the line holder there. Anti-reverse switch on the bottom, so on and so forth. So the pros for this one, smooth and strong. It really does wind well. The drag and tension settings are nice and sensitive. You can adjust them down. It's well balanced. It feels quite good. The things to be aware of with these, with the Baitrunner and this and the Shimano ones in particular, they're a little bit heavy. They're a lot heavier than any other I've got a 6,000 Daiwa Tierra that I use in the surf. It's half the weight of this for the same size reel. It's honestly half the weight. So these are quite heavy. They're not great for casting. These ones just don't cast as well as, again, the Daiwas and the lighter spinning reels cast a lot better than these ones do. You can cast them. We cast them out with the weightless lures on, weightless baits on. Not great for lures. If you're going to go out and cast and retrieve a lure, I wouldn't get one of these. These are definitely for using fresh bait or live bait, letting it run and letting the fish take it and run with it. So if you're looking for something that is going to, for that purpose, you don't need to cast too far. You want to put some liveys out or some fresh bait out and let it run, let the fish take it and run with it. This is definitely worthwhile. I love these. I've had these, as I mentioned, I've had this one is 15 years old. The reason I swapped over is because I wanted something a bit lighter. This one is double the weight of this one, and this one's still quite heavy. So, as I say, that's the one downfall of them. But to be honest, if you're looking for a very good bait runner, the Shimano Baitrunners have one of the best names in the fishing world, as far as I've been able to tell in my research and from my experience and talking to others. Very well put together, very strong, very well balanced, work great when you're pulling in a fish. And yeah, this one gets a big tick from me. That's it, guys. Hope that was helpful for you. If you're watching this within YouTube or within the post, comment below. I'd love to hear if you've used these, what your experience with them is, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, whether there's another brand that you think is better in the Baitrunner. Would love to hear from you and see how they go. That's it, guys. Happy fishing. Chat to you soon. Bye.